A very good Saturday afternoon to everyone. I'm just busy adding some electric to my car. I have an electric vehicle with maybe not a bad idea with all these gas prices going up. Anyway, while I'm sitting here waiting for it to charge, I'm gonna kind of show you some of the bars that could maybe be a bar that could maybe be walking distance from the Hard Rock Stadium if you were to get to the stadium a little earlier. And then I'm also going to show you some of the bars that are within a 3-mile radius, which would mean, you know, taking an Uber. Again, I don't know what the prices are going to be like on that day, but it's options. And if you are in the general area of the Hard Rock, if you've got an Airbnb or staying at a hotel that's around Miami Lakes, Pembroke Pines, Miramar, maybe some of these locations might, if you're here for a few days, some of these places might interest you. All right, so let me get my car charged, and I will head on down to the Hard Rock, and then we'll work our way from there. All right, so I'm in a place called Miramar Park Place, and they have I don't know if you've I think you get that back home, and Five Guys burgers. So this is like an outdoor kind of strip mall, which I'm kind of doing this in reverse because I'm going to drive from here and show you how far it is to the stadium, but I'm going to show you what they have around here. They have Starbucks, so if you're teetotal, nothing wrong with that. You can get yourself a coffee. They have a drive-through as well, and then over here they have World of Beers. So they do craft beers right here. And then down a little bit is Kachina's. Now, I live less than a mile and a half from here. So this is probably what I would say is my local. And I usually come with my mate to Kachina's, which is this little restaurant bar here, which is quite nice. I'll show you as we walk past. I'll flip the camera around so you can see. So that's Kachina. It's a nice place. Which gives you a little idea. Let's go in. We'll see what it's like in here. Alright, so here I am in Flanigan's. Their menu's like ridiculously huge. And of course I forgot my glasses, so I can't see. So I need to put my sunglasses on, which is too dark in here. Okay. I don't know if I'm that hungry. We'll see. So I do highly recommend in Flanigan's their actual own, it's called Joe's Pale Ale, 16 ounce, it's $3.99. It's not bad, it isn't a bad, light, refreshing beer, so I came in for one, just to kind of come in and show you the place. But I like Flanigan's, it's a good place. Joe's Pale Ale, cheers, $3.99. Just over $4 with taxes. It's not bad. So let me see if I can kind of give you a little look-see behind me there, which is, and then they've got TVs up there as well. Fish tank. Anyway, I don't know if they like you filming stuff in here, so I might get told off. But anyway, hopefully it gives you an idea of what this place looks like. It is a good little bar. So again, if you're looking to get here early, it opens at 11. So if you make your way over here, you know, and then head down to the stadium for like 3 o'clock or whatever. Hey, the drinks in the stadium are like 18, 20 bucks, right? So it might pay you, especially if you want to get a little buzz going before the start of the game. Anyway, it's all about options, right? So hopefully I'm giving you some. We can play trivia. Well, I can't play because I don't have my glasses, so I can't see a goddamn thing. Alright, here's one for you. What US industrial state has the highest percentage of unionized workers? Anyone? Anyone? If you guessed Michigan, then you guessed correctly. I've brought my Meta glasses with me, so although the frame rate of the video will change, it will be more portrait than landscape. I might stick these on because I can walk around and take some video without anybody staring at the camera. Okay, I only had that one 16-ounce beer. It was $4.27. I left her $1 tip. So $5.27. Not bad. Alright, I'll try and show you this place and then we'll move on. Thank you.
You're all done?
Yeah, moving on.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So there you have Flanigan's. It's not a bad place. I don't think you'd be disappointed in there, to be honest with you. A couple hours just to get merry and get the buzz going for the game. I think if you're in this general area, it's not a bad place to go. So my intention right now is to take the car and drive down to the Hard Rock Stadium. I might try and keep the video going. I don't know if it will interest you, just to give you an idea of how far that you know, the distance is. If you know, it gives you something to think about. I'm not saying you should do it, but it gives you something to think about. Alright, heading back to the car. Alright, back in the car. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this camera up. Be like a dashboard camera, I guess. And I'm just going to keep it running, and it'll let you see the trip from here down to the stadium and the distance. I think it's about 4 miles, maybe less. I don't know. It's not far. It really isn't far. You know, it really isn't. The only downside is on the day I don't think at 10, 11 o'clock in the morning Uber's going to be a problem. At 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, if you get here and then you decide, okay, I'm going to take the Uber down to the stadium, would the prices go up by then? I don't know. I really don't know. But that's the only thing that would be a hesitation, right, is the price of that Uber, because it really isn't that far to get to this location. Anyway, let me stick the camera on the dashboard and you can kind of get a real-time view of the distance. All right? All right, we're off. Again, I'm just doing this to give you an idea. I mean, it's maybe something that some of you are interested in, maybe some of you are not that bothered, and that's okay. But maybe Speedy Gonzales there should slow down as he comes round that corner. What do you think? Okay, all right. So this road that I'm heading down on is what's known as Red Road, and traffic lights that I'm coming up to. This cross section is Miramar Parkway and Red Road. It's amazing. I don't know if you can see it, but this building here on the right hand side, on the opposite corner, over here, this building, it's a medical centre, right? And it's amazing how anything to do with healthcare or medical over here, it's amazing how quickly they can put these buildings up. On the opposite corner, you won't, I don't know if you can see it, but over this way, just across the street on the opposite side, they're building the new headquarters for ABC Channel 10 and Channel 7. They're moving it from downtown area, and they're moving it up here. So it's going to be a pretty nice building, I would imagine, full of technology in there, I would imagine, if it's got something to do with TVs. But yeah, Channel 7, Fox and ABC is going to be going in there. Yeah, maybe I'll get a job there, huh? Might see me on the local Channel 7. So we're heading down Red Road, and that's from where we were. And I don't know, somebody, I was I was watching, I was going through some WhatsApp messages on some of the WhatsApp pages, and somebody had mentioned that they're staying in Pembroke Pines. So there might be a few others, like I say, Pembroke Pines, Miramar, Miami Lakes, Cooper City, Davie, around that general area. You know, some of these places that I'm showing you, they might have an interest, they might not, but hey ho, right? I'm only putting out there to try and give you a better idea of what's around. I think if you see this real time and you see the distance, I don't think it's that far, to be honest with you. And like I say, I live pretty close by up there, so, and I, you know, when you think about how far the stadium is, I really don't live that far from the stadium. Oh wow, there's, I don't know if we'll see it, but just in the middle lane there's an old, I think it's a Chevy, an old American car. You might see it coming up now on the right hand side there. It's in good condition as well. See that? Very nice. Or no, is it a Chevy? Maybe it's a Plymouth. I don't know. I'm not an expert on those type of old cars, I suppose, but it's one of the old Americans, the big cars, the gas guzzlers, as they would say back in the day, right? So this stretch of road is on 199th. This takes you all the way to the stadium. I think it's also known as Honey Hill Road or something, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I'll tell you in a minute when I pass this sign. I can't remember. But yeah, this takes you all the way right up to the stadium. Yeah, it's northwest 199th Street. It's known as Honey Hill Drive as well. Gets two names. Special, I suppose. Yeah, so I hope you're enjoying the little drive as I take you through the general neighbourhoods of the stadium, the Hard Rock Stadium area. Just about to cross over Northwest 47th Avenue. I'm shouting these names out like you really know what I'm talking about, but if you look at it on a map, it would make sense. Hence the reason I'm giving you the names of the streets. So we're now in Miami Gardens, which is the home of the Hard Rock Stadium. This is the Miami Gardens neighborhood. You'll find a lot of the houses around here during the NFL, like Miami Dolphins games or any other big events, even the World Cup. If you're driving and you need to find a parking spot, a lot of these neighborhoods will let you park your car in their driveway for a small fee, and those fees can range in difference in prices from $30-40 to $80-90, depending on how close you are, I guess, to the stadium. But one thing is, it's usually cheaper than what the stadium are asking for parking, and I have no clue what it will be like for the World Cup. If you look in the distance, just to the left a little bit, you'll see four white towers, which are like the posts of each corner of the stadium, if you want to say. Little story about the stadium, to be honest with you. A lot of the Super Bowls have been played in South Florida. Obviously, Super Bowl's in February. February is usually crappy weather for the rest of the country, and for obvious reasons, they do like to play in warmer climates. And you know, Miami's been fortunate enough to host a lot of the Super Bowls, but the Hard Rock Stadium, which was formerly known as the Joe Roby Stadium, it didn't have a covering. It didn't have a roof over the stadium, and you can only imagine, you know, in the heat pelting down on you as a fan in that stadium. It got quite hot, and of course, if it rained, you got quite wet. So one of the things that they said, if you want to be a contender to host more Super Bowls, you need to upgrade the stadium. So those four posts that you see in each corner, I guess, are the foundations that secure the roof that goes around the stadium. That roof, time flies, I don't know, but it's been, when did they complete that? I think in the last 8 to 10 years, maybe. I don't know. But the stadium that you'll see that never used to have a roof around the stadium, or a semi-roof, if you know what I mean, or like a roof canopy type thing. That never existed. They had to get that in order to be compliant with the new rules, I guess, regulations, whatever you want to say, to make them to make it a stadium that would suffice everything that it needs to be, to code or standard or whatever, to host Super Bowls. So anyway, some useless information for you. Again, I don't want this just to be like a quiet drive. What the hell was that? That was cops. A quiet drive could be a bit uncomfortable, right? It's like being on a first date. Nobody speaks. Alright, so Hard Rock should be coming into view for you. I can see it. I don't know what it's like on the camera. It's quite a wide lens on these action cameras. So I will say this, a little bit of news. So there's many artists out there that are coming up with
In
songs.
2 miles, traffic light, camera ahead.
Well, that wasn't the camera, but I don't like going through lights. Yeah, as I was saying, so there's a lot of musicians and artists out there that are, I'm sure, especially Scottish artists, that are coming up with World Cup songs, but through someone I've met by doing these videos, had told them about my videos and had reached out and asked me to see if I could get some content for him, because I think they're making a video for the song. I don't want to give too much away because I don't think it's been released or whatever. So anyway, you might see me, if it becomes big and famous, you might see me on this guy's music video, because I'm going to be doing some shooting of I'm going to try and give him some content tomorrow. I might give him try and get some for today for him. Alright, so I'm going to make a right-hand turn here onto Northwest 27th Avenue. So that's the distance, right? What I've driven. And I don't think that's that far if you were to get in an Uber, to be honest with you. I really don't. Again, it just comes down to prices and how much it's going to be on the day. I suppose you could always check Uber out on the morning of and see what the prices are like. Now, there's a bar right over here, just over here. It's called Top Notch Cigars and Lounge. I don't fancy that. I'm sorry, but I don't want to be stuck in a cigar bar and stinking of smoke and inhaling all that crap before the game. No way, Jose, for me, but it might be your thing. I don't know if they serve beer or liquor or booze in there. I don't know. By the way, just if you are driving in the United States, many of these junctions and crosses and what have you can make a right-hand turn on a red light. I'm sure many of you know that, but some of you might not. I'm driving kind of slow here because there's a Denny's. Okay, I'm going to go in here because there is something in here that was... I'm not familiar with it. I've never been to it before, but again, I'm just trying to give you some ideas of what's around here. There's not a lot. There's this I've never been in it, called, is it Lorna's or Lorna's Caribbean American Grill? Oh, Jesus Christ, the roads are terrible. Alright, there's a space there. Let me park it there. All right, we're here. Well, at one of the locations that may be an option. So this is one location. I'm going to flip it around so you can see. So just over here, you'll see the stadium. This is a kind of a strip kind of mall. I don't know if these guys are familiar with this place or not. There we go, there's a good yeah, you can't just come and park here. I'm gonna stick my head in. I don't want to put the camera in there because I don't think I'll be allowed to film, but let me have a look. Alright, so I've just spoke to the hostess at the door, and she says this place gets packed because there's really nothing around the stadium. It's quite big right now, but on game day, this is going to be packed, I can assure you. So it is a full bar. I don't know if they have beers. I'll have to ask. I don't see any draft beers, so they definitely have liquor though. Lorna's Caribbean Grill and American. Sorry, Lorna's Caribbean and American Grill. So they have all different types of food. Try the Caribbean stuff. It's usually quite good. But yeah, so this is walking distance to the stadium, as you've seen. So that gives you an idea of what there is. I can imagine this place gets really busy because there's nothing. Maybe there's one more places, a little place down the street there I can kind of tell you about, but other than that, close by the stadium. And again, I think it comes down to the fact that for a lot of the sport, well, that's the Dolphin Stadium, right? It's NFL. Most stadiums for NFL, it's all about tailgating. It's part of the experience. Whereas bars are, close bars and stuff like that really won't do that well. I'll ask them if they have any beers and stuff, but I don't know if they have it on tap. And I think it's probably bottled beers. We'll find out. But yeah, it's an option. And again, I'll kind of show you where it is. It's just walking straight up on 27th from the stadium. So I just spoke to some of the guys there. This place gets packed. I mean, I'm not surprised because there's nothing else around here. There's really nothing for, as far as bars. Now they don't, let me put my glasses on. They don't do draft beers, it's only bottled beers. I didn't really try and find out what the pricing and everything was, but let me just watch out for the potholes. This is the Caribbean American Grill. It was nice in there, you can see for yourself. But given the amount of fans that are going to be here, get here really early, I guess. But this is the mall it's in. There's one other place. Let me see if I can find it, and I'll take a ride to it. Let you see what it is. Anyway, I hope. I hope you're finding this useful. I mean, if you don't know, right? If you'll never know what's out there, and nothing worse than getting to a place and you're like, where shall we go? Where shall we go? So, but there isn't that many places to go, unfortunately. So let me try and find this other location. It's the centre bar at the Calder Casino. Now, Calder used to be a horse racing track, and they did away with the actual horse racing. They've demolished the track and everything, but the casino's still there. Now, this bar's definitely, where I've just been, the Caribbean American Grill, is definitely closer than I think the Calder Casino bar. But again, it's walkable. It is a distance that you can walk. I'll go and check that out shortly for you. And if all else fails, you can always go to Walmart and buy yourself a 12-pack. And sit under a tree. Bring a deck chair. No, I'm just joking. Yeah, but there is a Walmart here. So since I'm down by the stadium, I thought I would stop off or drive past the Norland United Methodist Church, as I believe this is the location where many of the buses that have been organised by many of the troops that are organising buses from either South Beach up here or from the Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood area. This is the location. So this is the Norland United Methodist Church. I'll take you, I think it'll be around the back here where a lot of the buses will be dropping off and picking you up for the stadium. Since I was down here, I thought I would just swing by and let you see where you'll get dropped off and picked up. So it is in a neighbourhood. I think the Golden Girls live over the street there. The kind of style of the houses from the Golden Girls. So that's the parking lot. So I think the buses will be dropping you off here behind the church, and then you'll walk from here over to the stadium. Yeah, so just a little visual on where that's going to happen. Now I'll walk. Now I'm going to take a ride over to the Calder Casino bar. I'll take a look over there, let you see the distance from the stadium to get there. That may be walking distance as another option. Only a couple really around the stadium area. Alright, so I'm over here at the Calder Casino, which is just up the road, maybe less than half a mile from the stadium. I've got my Meta glasses on because I'll go in. I'll not be able to take a video camera into the casino, so I'll maybe try and take some sneaky ones with my glasses, just to see if there's a bar in there, give you an idea. But this would be walking distance from the stadium, maybe 10-minute walk, give or take. So let's go and have a look. Well, I've just been in there, the Calder Casino. Unless there's another bar somewhere, which I don't think there is, I wouldn't want to recommend that, to be honest with you. No. There's one bar, you'll see it a little bit on my glasses. I took my Meta glasses in there to kind of shoot some sort of, give you an idea. Unless you're a gambler and you're going to get joy out of being around, you know, that environment, I wouldn't bother. It's, yeah, you can tell my enthusiasm's not there, right? So, but again, each to their own. Each to their own. Maybe just what doesn't do it for me might do it for others. But anyway, yeah, I wouldn't waste my time walking up here. So. There's one bar, that's it. I'm not so sure this would be a good place to come unless you want to gamble. But yeah, not where I would want to come anyway. There's one more location that from the corner of 199 and 27th, this road in front of me here takes you all the way down to the stadium, okay? This is actually University Drive that takes you all the way down. It's about 4 miles from here, from where I'm standing to the stadium, and this is Hooters, the famous Hooters. It's a 4-mile ride. I'm going to go into Hooters. I'll go in and maybe grab something to eat. I'll talk a little bit more about how you can maybe get back and forward up here, and let you see the place. I don't know if I'll be able to video too much. I'm sure the waitresses will think I'm being a bit odd, right? So. The blue cheese and bacon burger, I think. It's well past lunchtime, it's 20 after 3, so this is probably going to be my lunch and dinner combined. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to have. I'm going to do the blue cheese and bacon, please, with fries.
Blue cheese and bacon burger? Okay.
Yeah. Medium well?
Okay.
Thank you. Burger and fries. Not bad. All right, guys, I'm here with Matt at Hooters. I've just had some lunch, and I got speaking to a guy that's sitting next to me. His name's Matt. He's a bus driver. Now, we want to talk transport here in Miami, and I've just been having a debate saying how lousy the transport is, and he couldn't really argue me, but he's a driver up here in Broward. But he did tell me where I'm sitting right now in the Hooters. We're on University, which runs north and south, and this, as I told you earlier, this takes you directly down to the stadium. So Matt, what bus can anybody expect to jump on? Like if you're a fan and you want to get dropped off at the stadium, right, but then you've got nowhere else to go for a drink, right, so you want to come up to Hooters, what bus would you jump on to get you up here?
Well, first of all, I'd like everyone from Scotland to know my grandma was from Scotland. She died when I was 6. She was from Glasgow, and she talked just like this guy. But you can take the number 2 bus, and it'll take you to 207th Avenue. And it's a little bit of a walk, but if the weather will be nice, you can walk to the stadium.
So you've got to get off at 207th, or are you getting on at 207th?
No, you get on the bus right here. You have to go across the street, right at Wendy's.
Okay, so over here from Hooters, there's a Wendy's right across the street. I don't know if you can see it, but it's right over there. So on the other side of the road, there's a bus stop.
Yes, there's a bus stop right there.
And that takes you from here down to the stadium.
Down to 207th Street.
207th.
207th, you have to take a little bit of a walk.
How far's the walk, do you think?
I want to say maybe a mile.
Okay.
That's in Dade County. I work for Broward, so
Okay.
I don't know Dade County that well.
I'd have to look it up on the map. But so 207th is as close as you're going to get to the stadium.
Well, you could get on a Dade bus at 207th. I don't know their routes. I don't work for them.
So it's one bus down from here to. So if you want to come up from the stadium to here, you've got to go to 207th Street.
Yes,
and then get
correct.
on, and then it'll get you off at Wendy's here, which is on the corner of University
There's a
and
stop
Pines Boulevard,
There's a stop right in front, right over there.
next to the Marathon gas
The other
station.
side of the street. That's where the bus stops, right there.
So it's on the corner, basically, of University and Pines Boulevard. So Thanks, Matt. I appreciate it.
No problem.
You need to be on that service that Wednesday, the 24th of June. There you go.
I'll be working. Well, I don't work the 2 that day.
All right, guys. So there you have it. The number 2 bus from Pines down to the stadium. So I guess there is buses that can get you down there. But then you have to get off at 207th, and it's a bit of a walk to the stadium. But maybe less than a mile. All right, guys. Thanks, Matt.
No problem.
Just to maybe clarify what Matt was trying to say there. So I think you can get a number 2 bus that runs all the way up University. I don't know whereabouts down south near the stadium you would jump on that bus, but it would bring you up to where on the corner of University and Pines Boulevard, which is where this Hooters is. And again, the mileage between the stadium and here is about 4 miles. It's not far. A little far to walk, especially on a June summer's day. But you know, if you even get to Hooters and then you've got to get transport down to the stadium, maybe you can jump on that bus. There you have it. Hooters. The number 2 bus that'll take you from here all the way down to this. Well, it'll take you to 207th, which is a few streets from the actual stadium. He pulled it up on his phone there. He said it's about a mile, so it's maybe a 15-minute walk from the bus stop to the stadium, where the bus will drop you off. And again, this is on the corner of this street here is University, and the one that's running parallel there is Pines Boulevard. So it gives you another option. Call it a day. And I'm going down to the beach tomorrow to do some other stuff, but I'll no doubt have my camera to take some other videos down there. All right, have a good one, everyone. Bye for now, and don't forget, subscribe.